welcome back to this playthrough of Seablock in Factorio version 18, but we're up to episode 16. Excuse me. And if you remember from our last episode, we were fighting with power once again, and probably will continue to do so. It wouldn't be Seablock unless we were, right? Sorry, I don't have COVID, I just have a lurgy in my throat. Maybe I should just add a couple more of these right now to... I spent all of my landfill. Maybe I should have done that before I started the episode. How much have we got? 1k. So I have an idea in mind as to what we are going to do. Actually, that's probably fine. Boiler, steam engine. Let's put the boiler down first. I have one extra. It'd almost be wrong not to do another boiler, wouldn't it? Never mind. We need... Oh, we're out of iron again, of course. That's why I'm going to need to make a maul of some sort. Description soon. I wanted to change that as well. Okay, so yes, I have an idea in mind. Basically, my idea is that all of these should be shoved together, which can be done, I'm pretty sure. And these things should be close enough so that, and yeah, why didn't I just grab all the iron? Because there probably isn't much iron, actually. That's the real reason. Research seems to have ended. I did a couple of researches that were sitting here because I could. I am half contemplating maybe not even researching for the moment. We don't even seem to be restocking the iron that we've used all that fast, which is slightly disappointing, actually. Is there a reason why these things are not generating quite as fast as I would think they should? Not really. We don't seem to be using this stuff as fast as I estimated we should. You have tons. You're trying to put it into here. But you can't get rid of it fast enough. This is going as fast as it goes. So yeah, somewhere along the line my calculation is wrong. Anyway, what I wanted to do was grab all that iron so that we could make a few more of these guys. I'm not 100% sure if that's a fast enough machine, in fact. I guess we will learn fairly quickly. But yeah, the idea is I want to put these close enough to this one. Maybe here's a better example. Close enough so that these machines can pump these out, and instead of filling up a belt, we have this formula here. So we would basically want this guy to be kind of over one. Which means we're running into issues. Why don't you just stop? Okay, are you finished? Can you just empty that so I don't have to pick it up? Thank you. Okay. Instead of being on this side. Maybe if we went up here and placed... let's just do it this way. Place the guy like so. Do that, do that. This doesn't need to do squiggles anymore because we don't like squiggles. Instead you can do something like this. You can go all the way to there, that can go away, that's tidier already. Now, you need two, probably. That's where the plan falls down slightly. Okay, to get two, you need to be like that, so everything needs to go up. Including you, buddy. So this is our newfangled new look, and we will eventually put something in there once we have this all in place. Which is part of the reason why we're doing it and why we've got science not moving. So every two needs this collection. Let's get a copy of that then. Because it basically goes like so. Which means that all of this stuff is in the way. Gonna get, yeah, good on you. What about you? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we should do this exactly 3 times, and then we should be right. Not sure if I still want that. I probably don't need any of these actually, but oh, hang on. Oh, I have left a creation here that we don't need. How many have you got? None. Okay. Yeah, that's the one. So, you are going there basically, and there's a power pole in the way, of course. Let's try that again. And once again. Not sure if that's going to be in the way or not. Okay. Pretty sure that bit was going to be in the way. There. So, if we now replace all of these, and, you know, reorganizing this stuff, bots would make it so much easier. Have I mentioned that before? We need some better positioning of power poles. Or just better power poles. Maybe that, and that and that. That, at the moment we don't need that, but maybe we will soon. Okay, the other side now. This will probably cause something of a calamity. This here is slightly awkward, really. I'll have to get rid of that at some point soon too. Okay. Yeah, that's not happy days, is it? Okay, you are going to be very much the last the last one to get changed. Maybe we can is that 3 wide there? That is 3 wide there. So potentially we could move this guy over to here. Which would mean that it would actually have been better if the carbon dioxide was on this side, but that's not how it is to be, so let's sort this out now. Where are you again? Chem plant. Yes, actually, fitting you there does work quite well, because then you can do that. Your formula was that one, I believe. We had something like that. Probably instead of that. Yep. And that's it. We're back in action. So, except that, in fact, we don't want you there. Because I wanted to move these closer, that was the whole point. Or, I could just move this one. And then we lose the, we lose this part. Okay, this one works because this ends up being the one that sort of sits around here. We need to reduce this to a 1 gap. The only way to do that is to have it here. Crap! It's still not gonna work the way I want it to! Maybe it only needs to get to there anyway. You just need another access point, really, don't you? Pretty much. So why don't we replace this valve? The top-up valve can now go here. It's probably always going to go. And if you actually came straight across like that, then we actually have a connected lubricant all the way through. Now this is going to work. Basically because of reasons. We could move this up to here. We can move it up to there. We could move it up to there even. Yeah, we could move it up to there. And we could place back our, in this case we're using an assembly machine too, because we're being fancy. Inserters, they have moved, of course. Back in action. Now it should be straightforward for the rest. Whoops, it's actually those two that I want to get rid of first. It should be straightforward for the rest of these. Not surprising, we are running out of power. We're about to die a miserable death, in fact, when it comes to power. Why don't I let you still do that for the moment? So that's fine. What about you? Got any rubbish in there? No. I actually need a slightly different blueprint for here. Let's see if I can make this work. And we need some more inserters. Power. And the last one. I don't really want you doing that. No, I still don't have it right. Because there's a gap here. Let's just do it directly, manually, something. One more of these machines. Oh no, you don't need to go any further than there. Inserters. And right, at this point At this point we now only have these guys already there, so the formula here now should be this one, and you won't be doing this. Well, I mean, you can be doing that, but we basically end up with an extended thingy of those. Maybe you have one on both sides. I think I need some more based on how many of those it looked like I had. And we are back in action almost. I don't actually know if I need 2 on each of these machines. But does this in fact give us our stuff any faster than we had before? I'm not 100% sure one way or another just yet. What we can do is a quick kickstart. Okay, we need to do more than a quick kickstart. We need to do a major kickstart. So as a consequence, we'll pick up all of that fuel and give these guys a fighting chance to be just a tad better than they were. Now, how is this going? Can you cope? How about you? And if we build everything like this, can we extend this still further? Does any of it get past you? Doesn't look especially like it, does it? $180. And then you stop. Okay. What we need to do is, you guys have to be the Mark II. Do I need you to be a Mark II as well? Do we need all of these to be Mark II? Maybe we do. What are the Mark II? Do they need steel? Yes, they need steel. I don't have much steel left, so I'm not that keen on just spending it all. What about the Mark II? Oh, we can actually do Mark IIIs. Yeah, that uses a lot of steel. We're not quite ready for steel. Are you having trouble unloading? Not really. Remembering that this is yeah, I think I would like to create that, and I need a little bit of tin. Should be some tin out here. There is. Good. I'd like to make a couple of bits of yellow belt so that maybe another one, so that, for example, that could be yellow belt. This can be a yellow, one of those guys. This can be yellow, and maybe a few more. So that can be yellow as well. And now it looks like every single one of these is full. But we're not doing any tech. All we're doing is refilling the belts that had previously been full. Which to me sort of means that maybe we don't actually have enough of these. I could build 4 of the normal ones. We're grabbing an island, so it's not like it's all waste. These are not quite as good because most of these ones are actually the Mark IIs. Not that you would necessarily tell that easily, but I don't need as much space as I grabbed. That's fine. These I want around the other way. I should have actually planted all of this at once, but never mind, didn't think of that. Pipes, we need some more pipes. Actually, no, why don't just do the same over here? It's only this side that we need to be a little bit more careful so that we have room for inserters. We do have some undergrounds. Okay, you're not going to work. And you, don't work because I ruined the one that did work, so never mind. We just have to build it from scratch. 5, 6 of those is exactly the right amount. Is that 2? I think so. Is that 2? That would be better. Belt. And inserters. Oh. Iron again, was it? Iron? No, electronic boards. Basic ones. Basic boards, which aren't here anymore. They're over here. Oh, 400. It's amazing how much material you can get when you have 400 boards. Sorry, no, when you're not doing any science is what I actually meant to say. Right. Seriously, we only need one of these? Very occasionally that one. Okay. It is what it is. I think now that we have no power, can't get through. Or are they just there? Okay. Ooh, we're actually using enough of the carbon dioxide. One machine is still enough, but we're using quite a lot of it now. Mineral water as well. Mineralized water, sorry. We do have another supply of mineralized water that is over here. I haven't forgotten about it. This is it here. I think we should probably try and move this one all the way over as well. Let's put that clarifier back for a moment. We need some more iron. Wow, the iron has actually completely in fact everything has for the moment. Let's make some of these. Okay, you. I want to get you over bother. Probably over to here. Oh, that's upsetting, isn't it? You know what? Let's just have it keep going. Move that. That in there instead. Now, instead of wasting that water, we are using it. Okay, so these things do not appear to have the ability to use all of the stuff out of the, well, of course they don't, because we're not even doing science. Let's do science. Let's kick science into action and see where we're actually at. Technology. Okay, is there anything here that specially matters? Modules we're not going to do for a while, but we need to get something going, so why not? Fermentation process. Is that the... because I know these things use different thing, optimized biome planner, so as long as it's that, we can do it. I guess we probably want that. We're going to want some of these things fairly soon. Don't know why we would want heat pipes right now, but okay. I think we probably want to move into some of Coal processing 2. What exactly does that give you? Sodium hydroxide and charcoal gives you carbon. Sodium carbonate, okay. Carbon monoxide, okay. Charcoal pellet. Hang on. 5 charcoal becomes 24. Charcoal pellet. 5 charcoal I think is 20, so that's a 20% gain. I don't want to just change everything now that I'm where I'm at. I know coolant is useful. We're full now. Okay. Let me have a look at how this is performing now. See, these things don't appear to be running continuously. You're jammed. You are trying to unload, so you can't convert this fast enough. 4 seconds for 25 mineral sludge. 4 seconds you make 50 mineral sludge. So for 2 seconds you sit here and do nothing. So I was actually correct in that you could handle 2, but it didn't seem like you could. That's continuous. 4 seconds. Maybe I do need max rate calculator, so I stop miscalculating these things. Oh, and the charcoal is not making it to this belt quite as fast as it needs to for this process to stay up. Ah, this is healthy though. If only I could move these guys out of here. Let's have a look at what's going on here. Is there any possibility of getting rid of these things any faster? How many do you use each time? 10. What we could do, those guys into there. Where was this thing I wanted to move? Right there. Maybe I didn't need to make that iron after all. Yes, let's make it iron. You can have all of those. Got you still. Finally. More. I don't know if there is room for another one there. Slightly upsetting. Okay, never mind. Where did that end up? So if I had a little bit more room here, which I could probably make, I got this oxygen out of the way, then we could, you know, do something like smelt on both sides. Have this sort of, you might need to be an air inserter. At least tech is moving quite quickly now. What's that? Heat pipe 1. That's up there already. We're not really into the electronics machines yet, though I should remember that I can do those because they are quite helpful. I'm not sure why grinding is here so early. Do we need chrome? I don't actually know which, or if any of those that we need so soon. More ways of making sulfur. That's getting into the more nasty kind of stuff. What's this? Chlorine processing? Who knows? Alright, I'm not really sure what I'm picking. I do know, though, that if this is looking okay, which it sort of is, I mean, it is apparent that we can get more machines. We can probably double these machines. I'd have to move this over, so that would be, I mean, that's what I had before, and it didn't quite work. Sure where the throughput issue was. I do want to check the sulfur over here. Yeah, I thought it was going to build up. What's that? Something. I don't really feel that we are making progress unless we're actually making progress. All we've been doing is treading water in a way. So I'd like to add to the bus, because in that way I'd think I'm doing something. Oh, we've opened up something in here. Bob's Intermediate Products. Ooh. Okay, so we opened up this robotics part of the Bob Tech, which is good, but I don't know if it actually gives us robots, electric engines, robotic attack drones. We don't, that's not what I was pitching for. We can do some basic modules. Here we go, construction robot. Flying robot frame. The thing is, I don't know if I can do RoboPort. Let me see. RoboPort. 2, 3, 4. Yes, I knew there were 4 in Bob's. Roboport needs modular roboports technology, which we obviously don't have. So we should try and find modular roboports. Is that it? That is it. That lets you build all of these fancy things. I actually love all of these extra bits that you can do with Bob's roboports, having charging stations and all sorts of things along the way. I think that's quite awesome, actually. Now, I'd like to be able to do this special agricultural tech. So we do get to a point where we actually need both. There's only a few things that need this, but I don't know how much is involved in getting to it in the first place. I know I'm jumping away from robots, but that's because I don't really have a good reason other than it needs steel, it needs these other components, these special components. It needs these things. We need to make silicon wafers. We need plastic. That's an issue. Plastic is definitely an issue. That will slow us down quite a lot, I fear. That's just steel. That needs the next circuit board. Tin, copper, phenolic board. Wood board, which is fine, plus resin. I think we need to be growing stuff to get to resin. And plastic, of course, for those. Should we just see what options are available for plastic? Probably scare us. Plastic bar. Liquid plastic, which we can't do yet. Which can come from propane gas or the oil industry. We're probably closest to plastic 1, but I don't know where we get propane gas from. Methanol gas and steam. Carbon dioxide. No, we're miles away from that one. Now this one, on the other hand, we could do that. Get to methanol. Do we still have to produce these? We seem to be a long way from plastic. So in any event, I think the plant route has a lot to be said for it. So we are going to want to be able to make the optimized biome planner, which means we need ground samples. We need alien plant life sample. Ew. That's not even in this list. Alien plant life sample. Made in a seed extractor. I think we have some of these. We have desert garden. We have desert garden, so that one. Seed extractor. Okay. Desert seed extraction. You get all of this other stuff as well, maybe. So it's not actually that hard to get the samples. So that means all we really have to worry about is the ground sample, which needs a seedling nest, which needs soil, compost, and water. Okay. How do we get the soil, compost, and water? Soil, yes, soil. That's what we're after. Mud and compost. Okay, we know how to get mud. It's from washing. Compost, fermentation base. Corn and water. Huh. We can't do any of these things that need that, so I guess the corn and water is not the option. Fruits and water. How would we get fruits? Zello squash, which needs farming. We can't do that though, right? Desert farming? I'm at another one of these loose ends where I'm not 100% sure how we do this. Well, I do know that we need to get mud and compost and so on. We're not probably going to do that here. That's sort of what this thing can lead to, I believe. I don't think we ever need this site ever again. 326. No, we probably do not. Do we actually have room here to build washing though? Washing is probably actually under one of these things. Washing plant. We have another one anyway. So if I wanted to get to it was soil and compost, right? Protective scaffolding and seedling nest, soil and compost. Soil and compost. Soil is just mud and compost. Made in an assembly machine. So if we want to get to mud, this has a this actually has mud. So if we want to get to compost, compost. Fermentation base. Corn, fruits, or you have it for free. Well, I guess that's gonna end up being something of a mystery how we get to compost. Until there's 51 recipes, there must be other ways. Blue algae. Blue algae. I'm sure we can do blue algae. Brown algae? What have I just put over here in vast volumes? Brown algae. We can make brown algae into compost. We can even use, we're not going to use green algae. Red algae. You can use just about anything. Look at them all. Okay. We're going to be using brown algae to do this one. We're going to rescue the brown algae from here, maybe. I don't know why, but yeah, maybe. We have mud in here, but do I need this washing process to go on any further? I think I sort of do. I would like a proper place for washing rather than just tack it in here, but for the time being, all I really want is a certain number of these things. You're 32, you're 32, you're 32, that's like 96. It's not that many, but still. Not needed, 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 not needed. Not needed there. Washing. Washing, washing, washing. That's too big. Let's set up washing out here so that we can potentially go sideways if we need to. The first one that we needed, I think, was like, mind you, what am I going to do with the hydrogen sulfide? I don't think anything else uses washing for geodes recipe. What do you use geodes for? Okay, usage. Crystal slurry. Crystal dust. Or another way to get to stone. Mineral sludge. Crystal splinters, shards. No idea. Let's stop wasting time. What's that? Clay, yes. So we need clay, limestone. Ooh, another sand recipe. Okay. At the back we need our deep sea device. At the side we need that one. Where's our deep sea miner? And I've lost track of time again, haven't I? Can't connect. What? Oh, it's down here. Let's move the washing machine so it's over this side. Grab that recipe again. That's better, I think. You can go there. I kind of just want to blast through and do this, but I know we can't. It just makes the episode a little bit too long for some. So what I'm going to do is leave you with this tantalizing piece. It's my hope we set up something useful here that will also produce some mud so we can create these other sciences. And I think we have our way now. Thanks very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next. Goodbye for now.